Hello, my fellow nerds. Welcome to Top 5. We're going to give you 5 of the best moments from The Mandalorian, Episode 4. Sleepy has a list over there, and just stay tuned for PS5 giveaway at the end of this Top 5. Sleepy, what's number 5?
Baby Yoda getting his chest plate. His first full real piece of armor after getting his chainmail.
Yeah.
And why is this number 5? Because I thought he was going to get more. I thought he was going to get more. But I like the fact that he's getting his little armor.
Yeah. Which seems too big to me for him.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, he always has the protection in the back because he's always in that little chair.
Mm-hmm.
So he has the protection around him, just not in front.
So how is it gonna go? Like every time they're gonna build something else and tack it onto his
Yeah,
chain?
because remember, he's just a ward right now. He's not a foundling.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Foundlings get the full suit.
Okay.
Yeah. So he has to get there.
So that was nice.
Yeah.
Number 4 is Bo-Katan being respected at the fire and her asking how to follow the creed. So she's like, how do you eat around other Mandalorians? And he's like, you don't.
You just grab it
Be gone.
and hide.
Yeah.
And it shows how it is.
Yeah.
It shows how you call that?
Death Watch.
Yeah, not only that, but how they are,
No, it's the Death Watch, their creed, because Bo-Katan's a night owl.
Oh, okay.
So the Death Watch sect of Mandalorians, the Children of the Watch, which is what he was, how they follow it strictly to the versions. They're like religious zealots, as we talked about in a previous episode. They follow the strict original teachings.
Which is amazing.
Right.
And I liked it how, when they give her food, they all start standing up and she's going to stand up. And, I think that was the dad of the kid that got taken away by the dragon. He tells her, like, no, since you're leading the charge, you get to stay by the fire.
Yeah.
And she looked at him. He's like, this is the way. And leaves.
Mm-hmm.
And you could tell when she takes her mask, she's like, what the hell?
Right.
It's like,
Because she's never been around them since her family.
Mm-hmm.
And it's amazing.
Yeah.
I thought it was amazing.
Because she thought it was always a crock of crap, and then she saw the mythosaur firsthand.
Right. And she, being around them, she understands why they follow it now, I think.
All right.
All right, so number 3 was the entirety of that monster fight. Like them using their jetpacks and having to use zip lines and like everything about that fight was badass.
I love that fight. I love that fight.
CGI is not bad at all in this.
I love that fight. I thought it, I liked it when the alligator or whatever animal ate the dragon. I thought, to me, that was like, whoa. Like he looked nice. He looked nice. And the fact that I thought they had killed that animal. So what? There's like a whole bunch in that.
I thought they killed it. There must be I think that's a different animal. Everybody's saying they
Yes, it looked
killed
like a different animal.
I think it's a different animal. I think
Because
they
blew the other one to
exist all over there.
smithereens.
In the water, right?
Yeah.
Dude, but they detected. Imagine if a Mandalorian will fall in that water.
You're done.
They're done.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I would be scared to live there. Like, I will be scared to
They're
live
like a
there.
buffet. It's like every episode, like, move. It's time to move. This is not a good geographical location.
Right.
But then Mandalorian ain't great neither.
No.
That's true. I mean, like, a little further inland,
Remember,
maybe.
they didn't grow up on the Mandalore. They grew up on one of the moons outside of
Yeah,
Mandalore.
yeah.
True.
So who knows what's happening on those moons?
It's just, to me, it's just crazy how this planet's just
Cursed.
with monsters, and they're like,
Huge monsters.
they fight, and it seems like it's not the first time it happens.
No.
Because they already got like a little plan.
Yeah, they got a plan. You're not allowed to shoot because you might kill the kid. And then we saw the helmet of one of the kids in the actual nest.
Which is,
Yeah.
it's
Depressing.
sad. To me, it's sad. But I guess to the next one, right?
Yep. Number 2.
Speaking of kid, Baby Yoda kicking that cocky little butt. I didn't want to sound too harsh. I'm sorry. Just because he was holding back because he's like, are you sure I can show them my powers here? They're cool with it?
I don't think it was mostly like that. I think he's just, he's shy. Probably.
I think he just doesn't know how he fits in his land of the giants.
That is true
He
too.
grew up on the in the temple there, and you're taken as a kid and you're treated as you're special. The Jedi's are the younglings, and you're taught to be special. And now you got to go back to being a regular kid. That's something he's never known. They grab you at your 3 or 4.
Mm-hmm.
And so now all of a sudden you got to get around, basically, for lack of a better, kids his own age. Doesn't know how to act.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's fair.
Because you wake up, you're training to be a Jedi. You going to school to train to be a Jedi. That's all you do as a youngling.
Mm-hmm.
So now you're a foundling, which is totally different. You are taught combat from day one. You're taught to fight, you're taught to hunt, you're taught to defend. And all the little things he's getting, he's going to get if he stays with them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a new way of school now, basically. It's like you get transferred from the south where it's warm all the time. Now you're coming up north where it snows and gets -10. It's a big difference weather-wise. Same thing's going for him now.
Yeah.
As a special kid in the advanced classes, now you're just a normal person. Welcome to reality.
That's a good point.
That is a good point.
Number 1.
Don't hate kids. Number 1 is Jar Jar Binks finally getting, well, the actor who played Jar Jar Binks is finally getting
Respect.
respect put on his name that he well and goodingly deserves. And then what goes with that is that entirety of the flashback.
Right.
So, Tony?
Okay, Karen Begg is his name. He started off in one of the Disneyland or Disney World games where kids would go and pretend to be this person. He would teach you how to be a Jedi. They took that character and brought it into live action and made it canon as an actual Jedi. And it was stunning to see the character Ahmad Best, who played Jar Jar Binks, the first motion capture person in cinema, play this Jedi who saved the second part of the story, who saved Grogu.
Mm-hmm.
And it was great to see. It was a typical fight. You knew he was going to win because clone troopers, like stormtroopers, can't shoot for shit.
That right?
And the fact that he was on a Naboo starfighter where he left. Speculation is that that's Jar Jar's ship
Oh.
that he escaped on. That's the running joke now, is that, and he escaped into space. And I think we've been talking about this, that it's going to turn out that he was being protected.
Mm-hmm.
And when Mando liberated him, he actually put him in danger. That's one of the biggest theories, that he was meant to stay there and be protected. And Mando actually fucked up by
Really?
by liberating him.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, we talk about it, but you think that's going to...
I think so. He
I
was
believe
meant
it.
to be there and be protected and out of the hands of the Emperor. And
Because now he's in danger going around the galaxy with Mando, right?
and he's an important piece
Wow.
in the Emperor's plan to bring himself back to life. Spoiler alert for episode 9. And y'all want to go there now?
Yeah, let's
Let's
go.
do it.
Okay, I was criticized by these two for giving this episode a 7. And I said I would explain. There's a show called Bad Batch that's on. They're in season 2, and the last 3 episodes has given us a great cloning story saga. This week's episode was on fire, and what happened and what it revealed to set up the next 2 episodes and the season finale, which will be next week. Having seen that directly after Mandalorian, I rated it better as maybe a 9.5, probably the best episode they've ever done of this cartoon. And that's why I bring this down to a 7, because they revealed more in that episode about the cloning thing and about the importance of Grogu as opposed to this show. But a rumored tie-in by Ryan Airy from Screen Crush is that one of the scientists on that show is probably Dr. Pershing's mother.
Oh.
'Cause this show takes place about 25 years. Now, 'cause this is 7 years, so about 25, 30 years before Mandalorian.
Oh.
And he said his mother worked in a lab of some kind, a doctor.
Oh, the doctor that we just seen in the previous episode, the simp.
Yeah. So he said he thinks that's going to turn out to be his mother.
Ooh.
That she
Oh.
worked at a cloning facility, and like I said, that
I
story,
need to watch this shit.
that story is sinister.
I
Like I
gotta
said,
catch up.
this was a good, nice episode, but this episode was more about Bo-Katan
Yeah.
as opposed to Grogu.
It seems like this season is more aimed towards Bo-Katan.
Right.
And maybe that's how they unite. She unites both.
I don't think the
Both
plans are
sides.
going to unite. Or let's say they unite. So they don't have a spaceship.
Yet.
They don't have enough of them.
Yet.
No, it's not about yet. You have to steal these things. You can't just go buy them.
That is true.
The beginnings of the First Order just destroyed her family castle.
True.
All those TIE fighters came off of a giant Star Destroyer.
True.
They have maybe 2 Star Destroyers.
Yeah, for the amount that they had.
The First Order, as we found out, was able to build up because they had a fleet of people and sympathizers on Coruscant that was still willing to fund them because they didn't agree with the pacifist nature of the New Republic, as we're seeing.
Mm-hmm.
You still have to keep a military, and that's how the First Order came to rise to power. So that's why I think in Mandalorian they're going to be destroyed if they try to fight
Hell yeah.
what's left of the Empire right now. They have no shot.
I believe that.
And I just think that the Bad Batch cloning storyline that they're doing is way better than what they're telling on this show. But like you said, this show is about the Mandalorian. It's not about the cloning saga. And I think that's how they're going to tie him in. So that's why.
But the fact that they're tying everything in is just beautiful. It shows that they're trying to explain everything up to episode 9.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Like we said, we talked earlier on previous episode where we think Snoke could be a clone, a fellow experiment clone. So, at the end of the day, I like where this is going, because if you really think about it, let's say everything builds the way we're talking about, you're going to see episode 7, 8, and 9 in a different view. You're going to be like, oh, wow. But, it shouldn't have been like that, but it is what it is. I think it was I think I need to start watching Bad Batch.
I think I need to stop, actually pick up from episode 5.
There's I got to find it. But one of the characters looks like Snoke,
Really?
in my opinion, since you brought that up.
Oh. From what show?
Bad Batch.
Oh.
Oh.
But go ahead.
Okay. And then a clone?
99?
In Clone Force 99, one of them looks like Snoke.
Crosshair himself?
Right.
Maybe
So-
with Grogu's.
And with I don't want to spoil it since you two haven't watched it, but what they're doing on the episode leads me to believe that.
I think this week we're going to be catching up on Bad Batch.
Because
think
these
I'm
are
gonna
the
start
last 2
once
episodes
we're
of
done
season
here.
2 air Wednesday.
I don't promise you I'll be done with everything by Wednesday, but I'll promise you we'll be
I'll be
having a
caught up.
conversation about this.
Yeah,
Now
Bad
you-
Batch is really good, though.
And now you understand why. When you see this week's episode, you'll understand why it brought Mandalorian down.
Okay.
Because it got my brain to thinking, and what I've seen on other things, like, wow. Because everybody saw up to this week's episode. They gave everybody the first 14 episodes, held back 15 and 16, and just let a slow burn go. Everybody could already do their Easter egg videos ahead of time. Now, this up and coming Wednesday, it all
it
ends.
goes.
They're going to give you 2 episodes.
Nice.
And it sort of starts.
It seems like it's going to be huge then.
Right. And it sort of starts, that's what she said. It sort of starts to tie in. It ties into what they're doing with episode 9.
Did you have to do it live, Tony?
What? I'm
That's
just saying.
also what she
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's what she said. What do you want me to do? It's what she said.
That's what you said.
Hey, I liked it. So I think it'll all tie in cloning wise. And since we've lost composure, we'll just end the episode here. If you comment, if you love my joke, which I know you do, and you comment on this and give it a thumbs up or subscribe or do any of that good stuff, there's a PS5 in the corner here that we're giving away at 5,000 subscribers, and you could be entered to win that.
Deuces.
Deuces, nerds.